So, those of you who know me know that I'm not opposed to an unpopular West Ham opinion. You've often probably debated with me on Twitter about our ownership, the job the owners are doing, and so on and so forth. One thing that's quite rare for me, though, is to disagree with an opinion of Gonzos. And this week I found myself doing that. I watched a video that was entitled, "We need to sort Coufal's contract out right away." And I'm not sure that we do. So Coufal joined us at the start, or just into last season. He joined from Slavia Prague, where I've been told he was on about £3,000 a week, and his wages were quite rightly increased up to about £30,000 a week with us. Since then, he's had 7 good months of football. He's been one of our best performers, I think, alongside Souček, Rice and Ogbonna. I think he's been a contender for Hammer of the Year. And at the end of the season, he would quite rightly have received a bonus for us qualifying for the Europa League. The whole of the squad would have done that. And as I say, it's quite right that they should do so. That said, I don't think talk of a new deal is necessary. I think it's a bit premature. And I think the media have been very, very clever in leaking this story because they know that our fans' dislike of our owners will mean that instantly these stories are shared, are commented on, are liked, and therefore they get the traffic that they require. It happens quite a lot. We've seen it with Declan Rice recently as well. The media can put anything out that will criticise our owners or that will prompt criticism towards our owners, and straight away it goes viral all over social media. Now, I think we need to be learning from mistakes that we've made in the past here. I think we need to be learning from the fact that we've currently got Andrei Yarmolenko on circa £115,000 a week, and that 4-5 years ago we tied Winston Reid down on a deal worth around £70,000 a week. And at that point there were cries for Winston Reid of just pay him whatever we need to pay. The same cries we hear when we're linked with Sebastian Haller and we end up paying £40 million. Felipe Anderson and we end up paying circa £40 million. We need to look at Vladimir Coufal and think his role within the squad has not changed. Okay, he's not a Declan Rice. He's not someone who's on £3,000 a week on a youth contract, who over the last 2 years has broken into the first team and needs a significant increase in his salary. He's not someone who has performed consistently over a year, 2 years, 3 years. He's not a Souček who's played for 2 years. He's not an Antonio who's performed well for 3 or 4 years. He's someone who has had 7 good months playing for West Ham United. Now, I should say at this point, a little disclaimer, I really like Vladimir Coufal. I think he's a superb player. I think he's a great personality, and I think he's had a fantastic season. But I also think we need to look at both sides of the coin here. If Vladimir Coufal had had a poor season, would he be approaching our owners? Would he be approaching our management team and saying, "I've not had a great season here. I think we should be reducing my wages"? If Vladimir Coufal had been out injured for 4, 5, 6 months of the campaign, would he be approaching our owners and saying, "I've been out injured for the last 6 months. I think you should hold back some of my wages. I think you should drop my wages until I can prove my fitness"? The answer is no. We know that's not realistic. I'm well aware of that. But I do think that some context is required. This fella has played 7 months of football for West Ham United. He's played very well, but he still has 2 years left on his contract. After that, we have a 2-year option to extend that contract. If we take that option, that'll take him to age 32. I'm not saying he'll be beyond his best at age 32, but lots can change within players between the ages of 28, where I believe he is now, and 32, where he'd be at that point. Now, what I'm not saying is that we shouldn't be looking to review Vladimir Coufal's contract. What I am saying, though, is I think we need to take a step back. I think we need to learn from the mistakes that have been made with, as I say, the likes of Yarmolenko and Winston Reid in the past. I think we should be looking at increasing Coufal's wages and rewarding him for his good performances, just not yet. I think that's something we can look at in January. That's something we can look at in the summer. I think we need to be sitting down with him and saying, look, you've had a good 7 months of football. You've had a good Euros. We do plan to increase your salary. However, we just want to see it for another 5-6 months, maybe another season before we look to do so. and then we can move that forward. So I don't think the mistake is having Vladimir Coufal on £30,000 a week. I don't think the mistake is looking to increase those wages. The mistakes I think that are being highlighted because of this story are the mistakes that we've made in the past by giving wages to key players after a short period of success with the club. So interested to hear your thoughts. That's the other side of the coin. As I say, I don't think we should be stepping away from giving him increased wages, but I think January or next summer would be the perfect time to do so once he's proved himself over a longer period of time. Interested to hear what you think.